Hello, everybody. This is CB Smallwood, and welcome to Mental Junkfood, where we talk about all things comics, sci-fi, horror, fantasy, pop culture, and anything in between that will fit into that kind of context, I guess. So, moving away from this intro, let's talk about the topic at hand, and that is Deadpool, and specifically whether Deadpool has kind of taken Spider-Man's place in the Marvel Universe. Now, to give a little bit of backstory first on Deadpool. For those that don't know, Deadpool first appeared back in February of 1991. An issue of the New Mutants, I believe it was issue 98, back in February of 91. And he was created by Rob Liefeld, who came up with the design and the name of the character, with Fabian Nicieza coming up with the speech mannerisms of Deadpool. And so these two men are the co-creators. Well, I would argue that much later, sometime in, might have been 1997, if my memory serves me correct, Joe Kelly, when he did the ongoing series of Deadpool, I felt like he added a lot of how we know Deadpool today. You know, he kind of fleshed the character out a little bit more. But I guess you could say that about a lot of Marvel books, you know, of creators who came on later to really flesh characters out. For example, when Wolverine was first introduced, he's not the same Wolverine that we have today as he was when he made his first appearance in that issue of Hulk way back when. But anyway, let's not get off sidetracked here. Let's get back on point. You know, I've always thought this for well over a decade now, maybe even 2 decades, that Deadpool has kind of like taken Spider-Man's place in a way. And maybe there's even a gradual shift to promoting Deadpool more than Spider-Man. You know, there might be various reasons for that, if that's true, if that's accurate. It could be just something drawn up in my mind. But the thing that I've noticed, that when it comes to Deadpool, his dialogue and the funness of that character far exceeds that of Spider-Man. Spider-Man used to be the funny guy, the witty guy, and he still has a bit of fun and a bit of wit. But I feel like writers just don't know how to write Spider-Man anymore. Spider-Man just doesn't seem like Spider-Man. I mean, am I wrong in thinking that, or do I just need to refresh myself on Spider-Man history? I don't know. You can pick up any random mini-series or one-shots that are out there. I mean, the oversaturation of Deadpool that took place sometime in the 2000s. I mean, we had everything from what? I got it pulled up here. We had the Deadpool Corps, Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, Deadpool Killustrated, Deadpool Kills Deadpool, Deadpool Merc with a Mouth, Deadpool Pulp, Gwenpool, which Gwenpool is kind of like what would you call that? A spin-off? But it still, you know, falls in that realm, I believe. But, you know, Gwenpool. And, you know, and probably a host of other one-shots and miniseries yet to come about the Deadpool character. But I will say I do honestly believe there's been an oversaturation of Deadpool. But then again, it could be that there's just a fan demand for it, and Marvel's just giving people what they want. But I always believe that if you just put out one thing of something, that one thing will be a lot more important than having 10 different things of the same thing. You know, that's just me, though. Moving on from that and getting back on point, though, I do kind of feel that Marvel is pushing Deadpool pretty hard. I mean, Deadpool's been he's been in part of X-Force. He's been part of, I guess it was the Uncanny Avengers at one point. Maybe the Avengers themselves. And I'm pretty sure probably a couple more team books as well. Deadpool's just been all over the place. And like I said before, I felt like the writers always make his dialogue very, very witty and just very fun. It's, you know, his books are usually very fun, where Spider-Man's are kind of hit and miss sometimes. Now, what I've read of some of the Spider-Man books here lately have been pretty good, in my opinion. But when I think about the things that have been done with Deadpool, I kind of feel like the writers maybe be given a little bit more free reign. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. But at this point, I think we should. I think we get to ask ourselves a question: Is Deadpool becoming like a flagship character for Marvel? When you look at the success of the first Deadpool movie, and it was rated R, and nobody, I guess critics maybe, didn't really expect that movie to do as well as it did, being a rated R movie. And it's really untelling, what the sales figures for Deadpool 2 will be. I imagine, my personal opinion, that I think Deadpool 2 will do really good, at least initially. Even if it's a bad movie, I think the enthusiasm from people having watched the first movie will carry over to the second movie. So you're going to get a lot of people that's going to pour in to watch Deadpool 2, in my opinion, and those numbers will probably be double because he's picked up a lot of new fans that might not have been familiar with the character or been comic book readers, but they watched that first movie and liked it, and here's the second one coming out, so they're going to watch it too. So I expect Deadpool to do better. Okay. Now, why is this relevant in this whole conversation that I'm having is that I feel that's just going to bolster Deadpool's role in the Marvel Universe even more. I mean, to me, that makes common sense because you want a direct correlation between the comic books and the movies and stuff like that to boost sales. Now, Marvel's not been really good about that, in my opinion, in the past decade. But if they're smart, they will make sure that Deadpool is front and center one way or another. But with Deadpool being the new funny guy in the Marvel Universe, well, not new, he's been around since 1991, but still, with Deadpool being the newer funny guy on the block, where does that leave Spider-Man? And I really do feel that the editors at Marvel really need to get together and they need to have a serious discussion of where they want to send Spider-Man in the future. I mean, what kind of character they want to make. Do they want to hearken Peter Parker back to his roots of being this happy-go-lucky guy who cracked jokes at villains and burglars and stuff as he was apprehending them or evading, Power Blast and Dr. Octopus's tentacle arms and all this great jazz, Do they want to harken back to that fun that made the character interesting? And right now, the only fun that I really see a lot of that is in Deadpool. So can they just channel some of that little bit of Deadpool juice and inject that into Spider-Man with his radioactive spider ways? I don't know. That's just me. But in summary, I really do feel that Deadpool has replaced Spider-Man in a lot of ways as that funny guy for the Marvel Universe. Now, I could be wrong about that. Could be talking out my butt, but I really would like to hear your all's thoughts on that. Do you believe that Deadpool has become the new flagship title of Marvel? Now, I don't mean a singular in a sense because they got other flagship books, but is he now a flagship title for Marvel? Do you believe that Deadpool has replaced Spider-Man as new funny guy? Or maybe they're still on equal footing? Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. If you enjoyed this video or found it informative or whatever, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And as always, if you want to keep up to date to all my latest shenanigans or other videos, please remember to hit that follow and subscribe button. And this is CB Smallwood, and I will see you in the next video.